Hey guys, B2 here, and I'm going to show you guys a new game called Conflict of Nations. And I got to admit, I'm a little addicted to this one. Not a little, a lot addicted, and I play it all the time. However, it's not one of those games. And I just wanted to clarify, it's a strategery game, a strategic game, and it's basically a map of the entire globe. The entire world is on here. And so all the countries are on here. There's 26 main countries. That's why you'll notice 26 of 26 players. And each one of those has, I think, starts with 5, 6, or 7 capitals, or not capitals, but cities. And then it starts producing stuff. And then, so of course, like, your goal is to take over and rule the majority, right? So look, this game has been going on for 40 days. 40 days. And I would assume that most of these games are going to go out about 60 days, to be honest. And then people start to go inactive, and other countries start taking over. People just have a hard time playing a game for that long. So in this, we're going to go ahead and pop in, and the first one that I'm on is where I am playing. I think this one's the Indonesian one. I'll take a look once we get loaded in. But yeah, I'm Indonesia in this battle, and so I started here, Indonesia, right? Pretty self-explanatory. And then, so from there, I went up and I conquered these other territories up here, and it'll tell you like what they are. Cebu, Indonesia. It's an occupied province. It's the homeland of Malaysia, and I took out Malaysia really early. Up here, I took out the Philippines, and it'll tell you like here. It used to be a homeland province of the Philippines. So anyway, I took over all this territory over here, and then came up through. Now Vietnam I haven't messed with; they're like extremely strong. But we did come all the way through Myanmar, and then over here into China, because Russia and India, who I'm partnered with both of them, that's why they're both in green. And then we had him come take this town in Shanghai. I believe that is that Russia. Russia took the one in between, but we can move across each other's territories because we're green. So, like, if I wanted to do this guy and move him up to there, see, it's not going to tell me anything. I'm going to cancel his orders, but it's not going to do anything because this is an allied territory basically with a military pact. So the game runs on resources, and if you look up top, I've got 5 warheads here. These are the supply crates. These are components, fuel, electronics, rare materials, manpower, and money. And this is gold. I haven't bought any gold for this game yet. I just bought the Security Council subscription, which doesn't really give a whole lot except for building queuing, which has helped me out tremendously. So, and so as it stands right now, the only place that I'm warring, once we took that, I came down here and I took this Port Moresby, and then I came down here, and I'm bypassing Australia for a reason. And then I came down here and took New Zealand because I wanted to capture these cities who were producing. Look, that's 1,370 supplies a day. That's a lot. So this is the news. 6th Tank Division has defeated the 9th Military. Okay, good. I needed that. And so I'm at war with Australia, and India's popped in here to help throw some resources our way as well. So basically, I took somebody out over here, and I've got to... this guy is shelling my tanks. I'm not going to be able to get down there in time to help him out, though, but I need to produce something down here and mobilize something to help this out. So I'm going to bring another tank unit down here for now. I'm waiting. I had to build in here an air base, and so it's actually building right now. It's damaged, so you can go and damage towns, and if you damage the airfield, you can't get people in, and you can't build your army, and you can sabotage people with your intelligence community and all that stuff. So you could really do some pretty big damage to them, and it is expensive to do that. But hey, it's in there. So like if I wanted to recruit an agent, which I just recruited an agent, and I have an idle spy, so I want to assign a mission. I can go in because I have him down here in Darwin. I can go down and send him over to Townsville and say, what I want you to do is, I want you to get intelligence. I want you to sabotage for 4,000 a day, and then boom. So he's down here sabotaging Townsville, and then you can look and say, like, what is this? Sabotaging this. We could do counter ops. So I got to recruit, and then I got to do counter ops on the mission for Port Moresby. So now he's counter-opping there. He's blocking. But you can see where they've got guys in here doing damage on there. And that's Mexico. Like, I don't know what Mexico sent a guy over here to land, but he's kind of in my area, and I'm bringing my ships over to start bombing them out there out there. See, so we're gonna get rid of the intel menu, but so basically, that's how this game is set up. It's really awesome. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I don't have much units, many units on here to mess with to show you a lot of stuff. So I'm going to load up one of my other games. You come into the back to my games, go into my other game, and in this game, I am Japan. It loads up extra windows, so I always click out of them so I don't get jacked up on there. It'll take a few seconds to load. And so each game you can pick where you want to land, or you can just random it. And so it's kind of cool. Like Japan, their only option when you start is to come over here and take South Korea, North Korea, but then you immediately run into China and Russia. Vladivostok starts off as a Russian. Harbin and Beijing and Qingdao are China. And so you kind of get blocked into this little land thing, and you got to build an airport over here so you can ship your guys, over across there, or you can do them by the seaports and do marine style units, but mariner style, I should say, not marines. You get that confused up with the different military stuff. But once you build an airfield, you can fly your units from town to town, like I've done, which helps out a lot. So, and on this map, like I've been partnered up with Vietnam here, and I partnered up with Sweden, and Sweden owns all this land over here and is actually in the lead. And I'll show you what that actually means. So for right now, like this is safe out here because I own all this way up here, and then I'm partnered with this guy that owns all this down here. So I'm relatively insulated. If anybody wanted to come after me, they have to come after me on a ship, and I'd be able to get my guys on the airfields and then back over here. So, and I will probably, to be honest, start building more defenses over here on these islands. But I've got underground bunkers and stuff so that people can't just, stab me in the back. I've got all this industry going, and that's why you see these towns growing to like a 8s and 5s and stuff like that. They get higher and higher. I've got a couple of 10s on some of the games. But the more infrastructure you build, the better off it is. So let's move this guy out to the front lines. And he's going to hop on a plane, so it'll take 2 hours to get him there. And that's 2 real hours. Like if it's 3 o'clock your time, he's not going to be there till 5:15. So you can see how long this game takes to play. Now, we've been in a really aggressive mode out here against Kazakhstan. They have a few little things left. There's actually some guys fighting here, and we're getting the better of Russia down here. So we're going to end up taking this territory. You see that? Like my guy is a level 3 officer level. His guy's a level 3 officer level, but he's a 2.2, a 3.2, and we're a 3.8, 5.7. So we are beating the pants off of this unit that's over here, and you can see he's down to 3 of 30, and we're down to 21 of 30. So we're gonna take him out. We're gonna green up this province here, and this shows you like this has already been set. Like these two guys are on their way down. Well, the one was. The second one's on his way now. He'll be there in 4 hours and 51 minutes. You got these tanks take a long, long time to move. I didn't want to get too far away from the city because I don't know what's up here. I haven't radared that area yet. But I know that we're going to take this green section here out and kind of keep moving the troops forward and moving them forward and moving them forward so that we can run through the rest of Russia and meet up on the Sweden side, take out Latvia, Belarus, Ukraine. Like we can get all these lands in there. So that's good, B2. But what's your mission? Is it total domination? Or if you go in here, it shows you in order to win, you need to have a lot of VPs, and that is basically provinces and towns and stuff. And you can see Sweden has 39, and I have 20. He has 520. I have 258. So you can see I'm in second place, but I'm a mile out of first place. So this game will probably go to Sweden. Now, what happens to a lot of these games if you're not playing will be like there's 2 active players and then a bunch of inactive players that have gone through. So the AI will pick up and actually play these countries who started and backed out. And then you'll go down into like the true computer players, Spain, Ukraine, Ethiopia, Venezuela. And they'll kind of, they'll set you like trade embargoes and all kinds of stuff. And then there's all the people that are gone. China's gone. He was an inactive player. Germany's gone. He was an active player. Poland, inactive. He's gone. But you can see like China set me to war because we obviously came on top of them. Iraq and just beat the snot out of them. So Iraq has 1 city left and he has 1 VP. So Iraq, if I find Iraq on the map, which is going to be probably what, right here? No, Tajikistan, Kandahar, Afghanistan, Kabul. Well, Iran and Iraq are right beside each other. Is that Azerbaijan? Where is it? Iraq, there it is. It has one town. I was way over here. You can tell I've never been to the Gulf to fight for a war. But Mosul is the last town. It's surrounded by enemies, and they're just holding on barely. So Iraq will fall off the map, too. So not much going on in that game. You can check your third game, but you see how fast these go. There's not a lot to do. Once you get a handle on the game, you can burn through like 5 or 6 games in no time. You check your updates. Poland has been defeated by the 4th Corvette Germany. Okay, so there's a Corvette for Germany somewhere up here just hanging out, and he's just beating up my towns. It's probably not going to look good. That town's probably going to fall to the rebels, unfortunately. But I geared up and I brought everything down because I'm going to be taking Austria. I took Bratislava over here already. It was an annexed city of Slovakia, but I can take Vienna. This whole section is going to be, I'm going to wait about a day and a half, probably tomorrow night, and then I'm just going to go ham on this whole, I'm going to bring all my forces down and just kind of blitzkrieg that. I'm actually building an anti-aircraft because I got to deal with this fighter wing. 3 of them, like one of them is strong, 3 of them together is ridiculous, but we need to build an anti-aircraft to come in here and deal with that. So, like all these towns right now have stuff, well, like if I look, they don't. All these towns don't have stuff going apparently, but there we go. There's a tank. This other city is getting an air base put in. There's an infantry guy there, another tank there, another infantry there, and it's just cycling through the cities, right? Now I'm trying to also. I only have a limited amount of resources up here, but I'm producing quite a bit. So what I do is I look at these towns and say, what would be a good boost for this up here, you know? And it's going to be like, let's say a military hospital is going to get me, why is it saying it won't go? It's waiting for supplies. That's okay. We'll just let it wait for supplies. But you can see how it's going to take a lot to continue to build through all this. So I'm allied with Sweden on this one again, but this is my buddy Bonway. We decided to play a game together. He did Sweden, I did Poland, so we were side to side so we could actually ally together. And that's the fun of this game, is if you do get like 5 or 6 players, we're hoping to get 10. And if we got 10 players to play together and ally together, we can just go into games and steamroll people and make crazy ranks. And then we can actually play alliance versus alliance at some point. And that's what we're hoping to do. So so this is my Sweden game, or my Poland game so far, with Sweden as an ally. And I'll show you, like, if I just go back to the main menu and go to Alliance, like, we've started an Alliance. There's 3 of us in it right now. And we're all playing games together. And so if anybody wanted to join, all you'd have to do is go into the community and then go into Alliance. No, where was it? Hold on. Ranking, Alliances, and then type in kill. And then it's going to come up with kill anything on site. You click on that. It's going to show you ours, and you can click on that and actually join us. We'd love to have you guys join us. So we're going to be playing a lot of games here. And so yeah. So anyway, join us and let's hook it up. So let's look at the last game that we have, and I am playing Turkey in this one, and I'm doing pretty good. It's really hard to play Turkey. There's right in the middle of everything. I tried to get earlier down into Tel Aviv to get some rare materials that were right here, and it ended up Saudi Arabia ended up getting in there and taking that town because it got taken over by the rebels, the rogues, and then they swooped in and grabbed it. So. No big deal. But my next move was, you can see there's a lot of stuff going on up here. There's a lot of territories, and so what I've done is I've taken, let's split, and what I do is I send them out to patrol, you know? So, and then I need to do another split, click it here, and patrol this, right? And so you kind of get your planes going and covering areas and kind of giving them some extra, you know, some extra coverage, basically. He's going to land. He's like, I'm going to land and then go back out. So I do have like arms industry going here and a modernized or motorized infantry. I'm trying to build up some forces because what I'd like to do is come back through Bucharest here on this computer, this AI, and start taking all these territories because it gives me more manpower. And then once I get to the city, I also have fuel, which I don't really need a lot of fuel. So if you go to your market, which is another cool feature, you can pop in here, and there's no offers for selling. So if I go in here to sell and say, let's sell 8,000 of the fuel, and let's go 3.04, then I'm gonna be the lowest bid at 8,000. So everyone who's gonna buy fuel is gonna buy from me, basically. I can't really. I can't really see any offers down here to sell, but you know what I'm saying. So if I look for an offer to sell, there's nothing. Everything's being bought. Holy cow. So I need actually rares. And if I look at rare, I can say, go in here and pick these up. And you can see that's the lowest category that I have, and it's one that you just use all the time. And look, there's no market for that. It's completely sold out. So, and if you look in here at the active players in this one, we've got one, two, three, four. There's 4 active players, and so basically Colombia, which is Bonwe, and you can see I have a military pact. Then there's China and South Africa. So really the map is just wide open. Like, I don't have anybody that's active in this whole area, but China right here is active, and you can tell that's a rogue state that got taken over. They move too fast. If you move out of them, then the rebels take over. But you can see he's got North Korea, he's going for South Korea, he's pulled into China. And then I hope he's not fighting Vietnam already, because Vietnam is like crazy strong down there. And you can see like they're taking over Thailand already, the Vietnamese. So that's going to be a hard one to get through. And as well as getting on to Japan and getting through there, he's got to get past Mongolia, which China took Mongolia already. So he's going to be pulling into China. It's crazy. Like, this whole thing is just in disarray. So, and then if I look down at South Africa, he's taking Namibia, Angola. The DR Congo is really, really hard to. They're strong, but he can get all the way through Mozambique and Cameroon, Nigeria, Chad. Like, you see these single city countries that are in here. But then when you go to Algeria and Morocco, look, you're gonna have a hard time because they're able to produce units. Egypt and Saudi Arabia, like, he'll be stuck in Africa, which to be honest, there's a ton you can take over in Africa. So. And you can see these green blips that are up on radar. Those where units are. So there's 2 units, one from Prague, one from Bratislava, and they're just like staring each other down, which means the Czech Republic and Slovakia are just kind of like going, "What up, man? You move first." "No, you move first," kind of thing. So anyway, but that's basically Conflict of Nations in a nutshell, man. And if you'd want to join the game, I have one game that's open. It's 1875810. And if you start an account, go into the games, do a search for that, and to join, you'll be joining on day 16. But you know, we can ally and help you guys get started. So anyway, it's B2. I'm done with Conflict of Nations as an intro. I'll see ya. Holla.